us underway with the opening kickoff. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Wolfpack offense comes out to get things started in this one. There are always butterflies to start a game, and when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling. The temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, David, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Back to throw, it's Bailey. Fires to the right. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning Turkey Bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollock off a little bit on a stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollock cut blocked, maybe even double-team high-low, chop blocked on every single play early.
Which is illegal, you bum. That's fine. But that's fine. You know what? I guess in retaliation to that, we would have just roughed the passer over and over, taking the 15-yard penalty. That's what's fun about this, Reese. It's petty. It's sometimes it crosses the line of dirty, but that's why rivalries are so fun.
So they're going to send out the field goal unit to try a long one. He says he can kick one from 75, but here he's going to need just 58 of them. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. The Wolfpack will line up to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Let's see what he can do with it. They'll get him corralled and down at about the 19-yard line. The Tar Heels offense will try to get something going with their first possession. Guys, if you listen closely, I think you can hear the jawing going already between this quarterback and wide receiver. What a matchup, Jesse. It's going to be between those two.
You know, so many people have already been talking about this individual one-on-one matchup, David, and it's going to be happening out on an island all game long. The receiver's got speed, he's got game-breaking ability, catching the football, can climb the ladder. He's going up against one of the best shutdown corners in the game. I cannot wait to watch this.
Yeah, and he's got the speed to stay with him and the instincts, and he's been so great out wide in every game. This is a huge test. This is a Sunday test. Two NFL guys going at it to see who's going to take home the prize.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's throwing the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Lopez to pass. Fires left. Lets it slip right through his hands, and it'll be fourth down after the rare drop from this dude. And the Tar Heels will call on their punt team. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. North Carolina State has it back on the offense, headed to the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Line getting set on second down. Wants to go up top. Gets it out fast. And they're able to make the tackle. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw, too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
On third and long, trying to convert through the air. Caught over the middle. It's Boston. Third down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously, the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Back to throw, it's Bailey. Fires to the right. Makes the grab. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
They're working that left side. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
A nice job by the defense with the edges. They try the touch pass on first and goal. Nice job setting the edge, not letting him get outside, making the good tackle, forcing second down and goal.
Motion from the wideout. They'll try to run it in. He's going for the goal line. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, North Carolina State.
You just simply can't say enough about this guy and what he has meant to this offense. Big-time players make big plays in big games. He has shown up each and every week. That's his 15th rushing score on the season.
He'll bring it out. It's Taylor. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He's going for a big play downfield. He's got it inside the 30. He's loose. Touchdown, Tar Heels. He found some open space and turned on the Jets. Looking for the tie with the extra point.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
NC State sending the offense back onto the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Back to pass, it's Bailey. Fires to the tight end. And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him, second guy finally did. Now on first down from the 28. Wants to go up top on first down. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Stands in and takes the hit. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down. work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Fires to the wideout. He's got an open man. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
That's caught. It's Huffman. Out of bounds, right at the 20-yard line, edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on a score. NC State at the line with a 1st and 10. He wants to change this route. He wants to throw it again. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. 1st and goal now as NC State tries to find a way to score. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Now on 2nd and goal. The run up the middle, looking for the score. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
This has been really good for the defense, too. It's kind of a bend-don't-break mentality, right? Really bowing up with your backs against the wall. If you can win this next 3rd down, try to force the opponent into a field goal. That's a win if you're on defense.
On 3rd and goal, they'll throw it. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown, NC State. When these guys just score from anywhere out there, after that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and go get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
Coming out with it, it's Green. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. RPO complete to open the drive. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the 1st down.
A great job by the defense, seeing it right away, reacting to the screen, going and getting the football, and getting the fast playmaker on the ground.
Lopez wants to fire. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks talk about it all the time. They love the clean pocket where they can step up, throw the football. That is not what they had. Nice job by the defense, beating the offensive line, disrupting the timing, and getting a nice clean hit on the quarterback.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Quickly complete. Oh, he's got some space. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Bringing it back. Touchdown, Wolfpack! And they turn it into a defensive score.
Awesome job by the linebacker there in coverage, reading the quarterback's eyes, spying the QB, knowing where that ball was going to get thrown, and then the ball skills, just to pluck it out of the air and take it back for a touchdown. Awesome work.
We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. Kicker has everything lined up and about set to get this one underway. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
You open a drive like that, and the entire playbook opens up on first down from the 44. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32. The Tar Heels come to the line after whipping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Here comes the heat. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
Oh, that's a missed opportunity. You know the quarterback was excited. He saw man coverage. He thought he was going to have an opportunity to come up with a big play, but up front they could not protect him well enough.
Really need to pick up some yardage this time on second and long. Lopez to pass. Flips it out in the flat. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. The Wolfpack faithful screaming at the top of their lungs, desperate for a third down stop. Pressure coming. Fires on the move. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. And on fourth down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. That cuts into the deficit. It's now 21-10.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
Here's the handoff. Solid run. Picks up 6 and gets it to the 28.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The lone back's got it. Looks like the Wolfpack will pick up the first down.
And this is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
Looking to throw on first down. Quarterback just flat, missed it, incomplete. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? That's reeled in. It's Jackson.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
The Wolfpack line up, trying to forge ahead for a few inches. They'll stick to the ground, looking for the marker. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
And that's got to feel good if you're the offense, because third down has been a bit of a problem all season long, but you love the way they're executing at this point, finding ways to keep the chains moving.
To the air, it's Bailey. With the catch, it's Johnson. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. NC State on the move, set up with another first down. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. A strike downfield. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down NC State with the 1st and 10 here. Wants to throw on 1st down. Catch in the middle. It's Boston. They make the stop right at the 30-yard line, but it's a 10-yard pickup and a 1st down. Offense walks through the line for play number 7 of the drive. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That's a really good stop by the defense. Jesse, they need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Right down the middle. It's caught. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards, and we're in the 1st half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open guy.
They'll run the option. And he didn't get the pitch off, and he paid the price.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Using the quick game. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolfpack. They'll try to add another to their lead.
This receiver is dangerous because of what he can do after the catch. Once he has the football, he is so good at making defenders miss. You saw it on that play.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. They're down 28-10, and I don't think it's exaggerating to say their chance of winning this football game probably rides on this drive. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the 1st half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Lopez wants to fire. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. And the Tar Heels will try to pin them back with the punt. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Makes a move. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. North Carolina State has it back on the offense, headed to the field. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute there.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Leaves it with the running back. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
They'll snap it from the 25 here on 1st down. Looking downfield on first down. It's complete to the right. Flying the friendly skies. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, first and goal. This offensive scoring position with a fresh set of downs. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. To the air, it's Bailey. Touchdown, North Carolina State! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They are going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
The North Carolina offense returns to the field. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this is an up.
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
Well, for this defense, finally, you're seeing pressure on the quarterback. They're outside the top 50 in sacks per game. They've been waiting to find some more consistent pressure to help them win games, and they're getting it in this game now. 3 sacks on the day. They're just simply winning and doing a better job executing up front at the point of attack.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. The Tar Heels will punt this one away. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. Going right to work up top. Grabbed over the middle. It's Boston. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Dropping back, it's Bailey. Throws to the wideout. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
Well, the receiver did everything right. He ran a good route. He got his head around. He just didn't finish the play. Just look it in.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. There he goes. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him at the 16.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
NC State comes to the line to deal with 3rd and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. Caught near the sticks. It's Hoffman. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11. You don't want to have to settle for the field goal down here. When you have a red zone weapon like this dude, use him.
Yeah, and when you get in this area and you've got that big target and that big fella that you can find and you know he's going to win, those critical 3rd down situations, you're going to find him more and more. Great connection right there.
Nice job recognizing the route defensively there. As soon as that ball was thrown, that defender knew exactly who it was going to, and he was able to make the tackle at the perfect time. No gain on that one.
He's got it on the move. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, NC State.
And we are officially in blowout mode. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen so many explosive plays, and they score again before going in at halftime, guys. I'm hoping we can have a running clock here in the 2nd half.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. Last time they had it, didn't pick up a first down. Let's see if they can put something together here. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Lopez to pass. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. They're dealing with a second and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. The quarterback's a little more on target there. Maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. Third and long. Ball's at the 25. They'll try the run. Running to Green. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. He's got him in the flat. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. And the Tar Heels with the 1st and 10. To the air on first down. The short hands, it's Farrell. And he was able to shed a tackle and pick up the first down before they finally get him on the ground. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. And in the waning seconds of the first half, they'll try to put up 3 before going to the break. No good. The idea was to draw just a tad closer. Instead, the mountain is still enormous. He'll put total leather and get this second half started. He'll bring it out. It's Taylor. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. Got blown out in the first half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes...
Turning it on! And he picks up a huge chunk of yards on that play before he's finally hauled down. Whole situation changed after that last big play. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 39. Lopez wants to fire. Quickly out to the tight end. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Wants to go up top. Grab behind the line. It's Cox. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. Started this drive with a bang, but now it is 3rd down. Gonna look downfield again. Got a man. It's Phillips. And boy, is he close to that first down. Maybe just a couple of inches short. And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. And he'll have to find the line and generate some power. A 46-yarder from the left. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Hoffman. They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. Working well behind the sticks on second down. One back in the backfield. He gets the carry. Oh, that big stick arm got him some room. They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but They're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
So what do they have for 3rd and short from their own 23? To the air, it's Bailey. Unloads to the wideout. Catch in the middle, it's Jackson. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. Last completion got them a 1st down. Let's see what they do now. Power football with the run. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Nice job by this defense. Listen, you got to understand, they're going to run the football. They're going to try to milk the clock, Jesse. They got the huge lead.
Haven't been a lot of good plays for this defense in this game so far, so can they build on that one? Can they create some turnover?
Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
All right, now, if you're the quarterback, you got to know, in this game, you better be ready every snap. You better know where the pressure is coming from because this defense is going to bring it from all over the place.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And he feels the heat coming and it burns him up. Another sack. The Wolfpack will have to bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He gets it away from his own end zone. He'll call for the fair catch here. North Carolina has it back in the Tar Heels, so pleased to send the offense back out. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying.
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and a first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive they were looking for.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Connection to the right. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the 1st down.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the 2nd half moving forward.
Lopez to pass. Quick completion on the out route. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all off-season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
Going to take a shot on 2nd and short. Nowhere to go with the ball and down. He goes at the 39.
And it's been a long day for this offense. If you can't protect your quarterback, it's hard to be successful. That's the 5th sack they have given up. The offensive coordinator has no answers, and this defense has been flying around.
Makes the grab. It's French. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. He'll have to generate power and some accuracy. A 50-yarder from the left hash. It's good.
How about it? 50-plus, no problem. Big leg, nice accuracy. That's a big-time kick for this young man.
And no chance at a return. Here they'll start this drive at their own 25. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. When that pass incomplete, the defense got a hand on it.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Great team defense on that one. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. They just can't do it better.
Dropping back, it's Bailey. Good timing on the quick out. Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move. Wolfpack will have 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got it in the middle. It's Huffman.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
Look out, he's got room. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. NC State comes to the line to deal with 3rd and short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
North Carolina State defining efficiency on this drive. Wants to go up top on first down. Soft spot in the middle. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Motion from the wide receiver. Wants to throw. It's Bailey. Makes the grab. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
NC State comes to the line to deal with 3rd and short. Just going to keep it after the snap. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Tries to get it on the ground. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14.
Gotta love the physicality on 4th down and short. You know what's coming. They hand the football off to the running back. No secret, but he plays physical, gets behind his pads, and gets the first down.
Fires to the tight end. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Back to pass. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can't pick up the first without scoring. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Back's got it. Stopped at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal.
And that's a really good example of a quarterback and his intended target both being on the same page. The timing was almost perfect on that play. That's why they were able to convert the 3rd down, now setting up 1st and goal.
We reach the break. It's NC State on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. The give. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. about the work up front by that big defensive line.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line, goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it.
It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. The give to the back. Couldn't find any way to get out of the end zone, and they get him for a safety. After giving up the safety, they'll have to kick it away.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Running it to the right. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. NC State comes to the line to deal with 3rd and short. Looking downfield, it's Bailey. He's got it. Breaks into the open. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down.
He has been the go-to guy on offense all game long. And on a critical 3rd down here in the 4th quarter, surprise, surprise, guess who they go to? That guy.
Snagged in the middle. It's Boston. Ball is loose. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
And that's a great job by this defense, limiting the yards after catch. We know guys are going to get the football in their hands, and he gets the ball out quick, gets it to him. Nice job running to the football. When you chase the football, man, a lot of good things happen. That ball pops out, you recover it, a forced turnover.
Man, I've been there before as a quarterback. Sometimes you just wish the game would already be over, right? You've had nothing go your way all game long. You're trailing late. They're still getting sacks. And you just want to go back to the locker.
Takes a grab right down the middle. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41.
And this offense has got to kick it in high gear now. Making a big play, that is great, but we got to go up-tempo. We got to go fast. We're trailing big in this ball game. We got to put a lot of drives together. Maybe even get lucky with an onside kick.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Grabbed in the middle, it's Cox. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. The Tar Heels come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. He's going to run it. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Tar Heels are flying down the field. Lopez wants to fire. And the quarterback is toast back at the 35.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best in the country, and he's used to having his way. He's the one who's used to dictating to opposing defenses, but that has not been the case in this game.
And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack.
And they get him again. This is a offense that you expect them to protect their guy. I mean, he is a dude that you know if you give him time, he's going to make plays. But this defense is making sure he's not getting that time.
The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
Well, trailing this much in the 4th quarter, the offense is looking for an explosive play to try to ignite them and get them back in this one, but nothing doing. Nice job in coverage.
On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Going back to the well, another deep ball. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. How in the world could they let that happen, and how in the world did they pull it off? That was 4th and a mile, and they got it.
I mean, what a clutch play by this offense. Listen, understanding, a small throw is not going to get it done. A deep ball down the field, give yourself a chance to make a play, and by gosh, they do it.
You complete some of these hitch throws early, you're setting up the hitch and go. Later on, you can pump fake back, and the receiver can pirouette right up the sideline. That might be a home run play for the offense.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes. Bring the speed on the field and get ready to play the pass.
Rush is on him. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be 4th down.
And this is always the time in the game where coaches are absolutely watching. Like, which one of my guys mail it in and quit? And if you're the quarterback, man, you've been sacked a few times, you've turned the football over. Like, continue to play, find some ways to maybe get a few first downs and make something positive happen.
Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. That fumble in plus territory just ruined that last drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating when you got the offense moving a little bit and you put that thing on the deck, Jesse. But move on, reload, forget about it.
At the end of the day, it's just fundamental football, right? They practice it all week. 5 points of pressure. Every ball carrier has to have it. They just got to do a better job moving forward.
Quickly to the tight end. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down.
I don't know if they're trying to get this guy Heisman consideration, but the fact that they're still throwing the ball at this point of the game with a lead like they have is surprising, I gotta be honest.
He's going to take off. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a 1st down.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there in a similar situation with a lead like this. They'd definitely be running the ball at this point. They'd probably take their starting quarterback out of the game potentially, but not this unit. They are still staying aggressive. They're still taking shots. They're just trying to light up the scoreboard.
Makes the grab along the sidelines, but it'll be a little short of the 1st down.
Well, the play fake on the RPO bought the receiver some time to work himself open on the route. That was a man-to-man coverage on the defense. Nice job by the receiver putting his foot in the ground and separating.
Quarterback adapted. Trying to make magic with his feet. Not a lot of room there. He'll pick up a few before he's forced out of bounds.
And one of the things I love about this defense is their speed. And they knew coming into the game that they were going to see quarterback run, but that time they had him all bottled up, and they were able to use their speed to make him go east and west and run him out of bounds. Not a great game.
Hard running there. They convert on 3rd down as he gets it to the 46-yard line.
And this offense does it again on 3rd down. They have been so elite on 3rd down all game long. That's the money down. All the coaches talk about it every single time we meet with them. They've been brilliant at it. They've built the lead, and they've got a good chance to finish this one out if they keep that up.
When you got a QB with this kind of arm talent, receivers with this kind of speed, they are going to be difficult to stop. They have been up and down the field. They've almost got 450 passing yards now.
NC State started this drive with terrible field position, but now a little room to operate. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
To throw, it's Bailey. And the quarterback goes down. There is a penalty flag on the field, but I think the defense might have the option just to take this play. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. Ninth play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack. Looks as if NC State will have to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. And that is textbook instructional video. Out of bounds right around the goal line. The Tar Heels buried deep in their own territory, just trying to find breathing room on 1st down. From his end zone, needs to be careful here. Pressure's there and he lets it go.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
From his end zone, a lot of room to throw downfield. They come up with their 2nd safety of the game. You don't see that very often.
And that's the exclamation point right there. It's been a bad day, man. This offense, they're going to have to find some answers over the next couple weeks, especially the next week at practice, of who they are, what their identity is, because all they've done today is struggle around and now give up points.
North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good...
Oh, he's got some space. They stop him at the 42, but they're on a roll with a pickup of 15 and a 1st down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. And that's a very productive 1st down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
And this is exactly where you want to be as an offensive coordinator. Like when you've got the lead late in the football game, just run the football, eat the clock. Man, they've put a good day together. They've had their way with this defense. A lot of positive things to point to. This is one of those weeks when you watch tape, it's going to be really fun to watch it. Not like when you get beat up. A lot of big plays from this offense.
Using his feet. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up.
Listen, the big hog mollies up front, the big offensive line paved the way for a big 1st down.
There's a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the poise by the winning team as well here. They weren't overhyped in this game. They came out, they looked prepared, they were calm, definitely confident. David, they were able to go out and execute well enough to get this win.
And it's hard in these rivalry games with all the emotions running so deep. Like, you sometimes get overzealous. Sometimes you get too many penalties. It's hard to rein in your emotions, but they did. They kept it in check, and now bragging rights for a whole year.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College